Goes into the books. Your thoughts on what's happening here with us?
Oh, it was a great training camp. We got through. The weather was great for us. His field held up real well, and we got a lot of good work done. So we have a lot of tough decisions. Not a lot of guys are injured, and so it makes it real. You know, the decision's tough. These next today, tomorrow, and Friday are the worst days that you have as a coach and as a GM, because you have to say goodbye to guys who you know, you like a lot, and you hate to take their livelihood away from them, and it's the nature of this business.
But this morning you did make a decision on Robida. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, Miguel came in and did everything. He works hard. It was a hard one for me because he and I are very close, and we just made it a conscious decision that we weren't going to have a Canadian nose guard on our active roster. I just didn't feel like having him on even asking him was fair. With Alex Busby, he gives us the freedom to, and Ron Flemons can both play inside, that we just made a decision we weren't going to do that. So I wanted to let Miguel go and get an opportunity, hopefully, to catch on somewhere else.
Cleo's number one on field as well.
Absolutely.
As the uniform?
As of right now, he's number one. He needs to play well. Dalton played very well. Dalton will be back for Calgary. It's just we're just not going to risk it here. So Cleo understands that. He understands that he needs to play well all the time when he's in there, because he's got a quarterback behind him now. It's a totally different situation this year. I think Cleo has risen to the occasion and deserves plaudits for how he's come to camp, for his mental approach, for his toughness and tenaciousness, and not allowing this job to get away from him. And you know, my hat's off to him.
Do you have more depth this year at all positions than a year?
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt we have a lot more depth. And the quarterback position, we have a lot more depth. Right now, it may not seem like it with Dalton having a little bit of an issue and with Steven out, but with Steven, should we decide to put him on the 9-game list, you know, you can always bring a guy off. And obviously, we'll look at that at the quarterback situation there, but he needs to play in practice, and he needs to do those things before he's going to be ready to play in a game. But no, I really like our depth at quarterback, and obviously, you know, throughout our team we're deeper because we know the players that are here, and we went out and Mike Hagan did a great job of bringing players in that suit what we do.
What is the plan with the quarterbacks tomorrow night?
Cleo's going to play probably into the third quarter. And then BJ would play the rest. Danny, it'll depend on how his wrist is. If his wrist is okay, then Danny will get some time, but if it's not, then he won't.
And Chad and Jermaine, what's their status?
We're probably going to keep them both out. Just tightness, and it's just not worth bringing. They've both had great training camps. It's not like they haven't had a lot of timing with the quarterback. You'd like to get it in a game, but both are so valuable, we'll probably hold them out.
And Kowali, what was his injury?
He got a stinger in the game, and when you've never had one, Dury had one out here in camp, and he was in the fetal position for about 15 minutes, and it's scary. Your body goes numb, and that's what happened to EJ, and it scares him. You know, when you can't feel your limbs and there's tingling and that type of thing. So he had a stinger. He's coming along fine. We just felt like it was better to give that thing another week to recover, so that when he comes out, he can play the way he plays. He didn't play in the game the way he normally plays, and it was obvious that the shoulder was an issue. It happened around the 5th play of the game, so we'll keep him out, and you know, we need him badly on special teams, and hopefully he'll be able to step in and continue to help us on defense.
Comment on Michael Grant.
Michael is a real good player, and he lost the battle to Sean Smalls, and we felt like as a veteran player, same thing, give him an opportunity to go get a job. He'll find a job in this league, there's no doubt in my mind, and you know, a good solid player. But when you have the depth we have, we just felt like it was the move to make.
Is there a battle you're going to be watching a little more keenly than some of the others tomorrow night?
There's a couple of them. A lot of them are on special teams.
Yeah. Is that like, I mean, again, you can't have eyes everywhere, and obviously you've got film afterwards.
Right.
But I mean, you know, is special teams the one where you're going to
there's no doubt the special teams are going to determine a lot of these guys' fate as to whether or not they're on, because this team, we don't pay lip service to being dominant on special teams, and a lot of those will be, you know, smart. How smart are they? Do they take penalties? Get returns called back? You know, those kinds of things. And then obviously in the secondary we've got some real battles. Can guys make tackles in the open field? We're going to play some big receivers. Buck Pierce is a very mobile quarterback, so it's going to be important for us to feel that. That's the stuff you don't get in practice. So there's a lot of things we're going to look at. Scheme-wise, we're going to look at, you know, offensively, continuing to try to grow, continuing to try to grasp and understanding, get our quarterbacks to where they're very, very comfortable and they can continue to function. You know, we through one preseason game with no sacks and no turnovers. That's the goal. We need to get through doing those things and continue to move the ball offensively. We need receivers to make catches. We dropped too many balls the other day, and you can't do that in this league. You drop a ball and you're punting, and so there's a lot of areas that we're looking for receivers at position that we're going to look very closely at. That Rito Robinson, DJ Bolden is a great battle. We can probably only keep one of them on the roster, so somebody's going to have to step up and make some plays. And when you get an opportunity, you better make plays, because, you know, PK was a great receiver. He has great everything, but he didn't make plays. And if you don't make plays, you can't be here.
Murphy and Van Zyl?
We'll keep them out.
Yeah.
Murph's got a little bicep issue, and he could go. He had an injection, and we're going to just prefer again to err on the side of caution with him. I think he's almost as old as I am. So, and then Van Zyl has got an ankle that he rolled doing a fumble recovery drill, and it's just not 100% strong, and I don't want to take a chance on him not being able to redirect and getting a quarterback hit and that type of thing. So we'll hold him out also, and get a chance to look at these two tackles who are battling, Boatman and Kaufman.
Tranks and Bradwell. Bradwell's still out.
Yeah, Tranks is a shoulder issue that we're gonna determine the severity of that, because he's a player we'd like to see healthy, but he'll be out. And Mike Bradwell, yeah, he'll be out, but he's almost ready. He should be ready to return Sunday.
Yesterday you mentioned